Look alive, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry we are late. I am a complete idiot. We were having trouble hearing each other on the microphones, and I forgot to plug my soundboard into my computer. So that's why we are 9 minutes late. But hey, 9:39. Shout out J-Bye,
Hey,
right?
shout it out. Been waiting all day for a Sunday night, and here you come in fumbling the opening kickoff.
Complete idiot. Like, I think he went through every single check, whatever he could do to be like, why is this not working? And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Everything's plugged in. And I looked at the side of my computer and I didn't plug the USB in.
Dude,
So
I was trying different headphones. I was trying different inputs. I'm like, dude, is your input correct? And you're like, oh, wait, maybe I'm not plugged in here.
terrible. Not a technology guy. Safe to say. Episode 63, September 17th, 2023. Let us be the first to wish you National Table Shuffleboard Day. Everybody in America who's ever been to a bar or somebody's sweet basement that they have, finished basement with the pool table, probably have a shuffleboard in there too. So, what do you think about that?
National Shuffleboard Day?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to offend some people, but I think it's for old people.
What? No, the one with the table shuffleboard.
Oh, I was thinking
The
croquet.
ones at the bar that you stand and like they
Yeah,
have the
yeah, yeah.
pucks.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That one, yeah. I like shuffleboard.
Wow. You were on the offensive there.
Dude, I was ready to go in, and I was like you, not plugging in, your thing to your computer. I just completely botched the. Off to a great start, baby.
Yes, here we
It's
go.
actually
Look, dude.
it's actually kind of how I
Full
felt like my Millie lineup was going today. Seeing Richardson score 2 tuds first. My guys really aren't cooking yet, and I'm just like, oh my god. Midway
dude.
through the first quarter, I think my lineups are done.
We had I mean, I this was like my first time being back on my home turf in the zone, like in my home field. Last week I was in Texas. I was trying to scramble to put that in, get out all my resources. I didn't, I officiated a wedding. Like I was preparing for that. So this week I felt like we were all in the game. I had all my tabs and everything I was doing. I mean, and it paid off. It paid off in DraftKings, GPP style. I'll tell you that.
I felt that way too today. I'm not going to use this as an excuse, but last week when the Bills played on Monday night, my brother-in-law was in town. He's like, "Man, I can't
Okay.
wait to watch the Bills game with you." And I was like, "Dude, I hate watching any of my teams with other people. Like me and Edge go like we agree super hard on that. Like I hate watching games with anybody just cuz like I just want to sit there and be by myself and say what I want to say, not what I want to say. But like he was there, so it's like I couldn't I was fighting like really getting into it, getting drinks with him. Today, there was nobody there. The kids were asleep. The wife took a nap. It was just me, the Bills, and the TV and my
Mm,
DraftKings lineups. But the Bills are
mm.
back on track because of it too.
They're back on track, but I mean, who they play? The Raiders? Good
Yeah,
gosh.
the Raiders were awful.
Come on.
I mean, the opening drive was good, but we do that like
Hey,
we never
you
stop
thought
anybody
Jimmy
opening
G
drive.
had something for you.
Yeah.
Dude, what I mean, just a beautiful day of football, like full schedule, good games, close games all over the place. I think the Bills game was one of the higher differentials, I would say, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we blew them out. We won by like 31 points.
Yeah. So, other than that, I mean, even the Niners game was close. You can see that I'm sporting the Niners gear because we're 2-0 atop the power rankings, atop the NFC West, atop the
Hey,
NFC.
the
It's
Rams
whatever
gave
you.
you everything you could get though.
God, dude, I
Made your
hate the
made your
Rams.
defense look human.
I hate that. Well, I mean, that's what you do against the Niners, though. You throw the ball. Everybody knows
Yeah.
that. Like they sit back and run a lot of zone. They started bringing edge pressure from different levels there in the second half. They made some nice adjustments. Pretty much shut them down. So that was nice to see. I like to see old Steve Wilkes get up in there and get dirty with it. Get his hand, put his gloves on, get down in there and get in the muck. Uh, anyway, so we're gonna get to all the football that we will here in a few minutes. But I mean, we're trying to win the Millie. And you were up there. Bush was up there a little bit too. Like I had 5 lineups cash. I mean, hey, we're back.
I'm sure, sometimes a lot of people would agree with this. If you didn't play I should just play like, the early slate or the late slate. Because if we didn't play the late day games today, I'm in the
Hey,
top 1,000.
you would have been looking at mixers, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
You'd have been looking at mixers. There he is, Butch P. We haven't got into any of our teams yet or anything, but we're just going over like, hey, we're back. I mean, we're back.
Yes.
I mean,
But
we were
and
just,
you're not as late as you think because AK
dude.
didn't have his headphones plugged in, so he said he couldn't hear me for the first 10 minutes. So
Everything was plugged into the sound. Everything was plugged into the soundboard. My soundboard USB was not plugged into my computer. So we both were going like this. If you're watching, we were both going.
So we're back, but we're not back
yeah.
yet.
So, but we were just going over like, hey man, I had 5 lineups way up there, and like the big $3 one, the 400,000. I mean, I was up there in the top percentage. I made 1 or 2 key errors. We'll get to that later. But hey, Sunday Night Football is on right now. I have no idea who's winning that game because of the show prep. But does anybody have that like rolling on their phone or something?
The Dolphins were up 3-0 when I came.
17-3.
Okay.
Patriots
17-3. Dolphins.
Who's winning?
Dolphins.
Oh, let me do it.
Dolphins.
Let me do a quick wellness check. Oh, I'm cashing. I did a single entry. I'm cashing.
Nice.
Did a nice little get my beak, wet the beak a little bit. You know what I mean? So, anyways, okay. Sunday Night Football, Dolphins, Patriots going on. College football. Well, just when you think the weekend wasn't going to be good, the people in charge have got to be shaking in their boots with all these super conferences and the SEC stepping out and getting everything they can handle when they don't play Mercer and they don't play Prairie View A&M and they don't play, so. But we got a little bit on that. And also Circus Chat, we got to get back on there, get the group chat live. You download the app, search for our name. We are the top one. Hall of Fame bets, promo code GOATS or promo code Millie Goats. You get 50% off your first month. Well, I sent out some tweets. Check our Twitter on that. It is absolutely chock full of every piece of data you would ever want to make DFS lineup or parlays, the parlay optimizer, like Hall of Fame bets. Go look up some information and tell me you don't love it. Because if you're like us, you love looking at football stats. Why not?
Well, they do what I wish DraftKings would do is like you got these early games, early week games like week 2, 3, 4. They take away last year's stats. So it's like this week when you're looking at like who to play, you can only look at this week's stats. The Hall of Fame bets has all the stats.
They got
from
like 10
last
games
year.
back. Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
so
the
that
teams,
helps out a bunch.
The matchup, like it's crazy. I was blown away whenever I was looking at that. And it's easy to look at. They got good charts too. National Table Shuffleboard Day, Butch. The earliest mention of this game in history is during the reign of King Henry VIII of England, where he banned commoners from partaking in the game due to its addiction, even though he himself played. Wow. Shuffleboard for me, but not for thee, or ye, or whatever. But he didn't always win. Oh, dude, that sounds sounds like setting the course record and like not actually holing out your putt. In the book of sports and pastimes of the people of England, I didn't even know that was a book. Shuffleboard is associated with a game the locals played by sliding a large coin down a table. Hey, you know what that reminds me of? Paper football.
Yes.
Table shuffleboard is paper football.
It's a drinking
fancy
game.
version. Yeah. So there you go.
It's a drinking table football game.
Yep. Just like Tex always says, everything can be brought back to football. Like Lord of the Rings, a football movie. No, it's not. To reduce friction, the table is sprinkled with tiny beads of silicone known as shuffleboard cheese. Did you know that?
Did not.
I didn't.
Just
I didn't
sand
know
now,
that.
right?
Do what?
Just sand now.
Yeah, I thought it was sand, but I think it's. What's up, Facebook user? Thanks for tuning into the show. Let's go, baby. We're going to talk some football right now. We're going over National Table Shuffleboard Day. If you've ever played that, let us know. It's basically, we equate that to football in terms, paper football. Okay, anything else on Table Shuffleboard? Not the one you use the stick with. You don't stoke the coals here.
I like that game, and I like it because you're so far apart from like who you're playing against or like the other people. It's hard to get into like an in-depth conversation with them, so the game doesn't last super long.
I like team games. Like I'm a big cornhole, big bucket, beer pong, darts. Even darts is more like golf though for me. But I like team games when you can have somebody you can go do a chest bump with when you sink a big bag, or you're draining threes
Dude,
from
if
downtown.
you play cricket and darts, it's a team game.
I like that. I'm good with that. Just like captain's choice in golf. Give me the team aspect. I'm a team guy. I'm for the team. Okay. On the show, water cooler debate, week 2 recap with our DraftKings, the tail lines. Homer Alley is a new thing we're doing because, as you can see, Jay Vi's a Bills fan. I'm a Niners fan. Butch P is an insufferable Cowboys fan now that they played 2 absolutely horrific teams and gotten wins.
Dude, the Jets are trash.
Jets are trash. Don't say anything, Butch. Let me get through this. Hang the Banner is going to be on the show. Other relevant sports news, Inter-Squad Kings Jamboree. The Wodamaker Season 2 is upon us. Stop stealing our T-shirt designs. We got something big in the plans. Don't take our intellectual property. Unblock us, Reddit College Football on Twitter. You cowards. K. Adams, you're welcome for the Lone Wolf. You can use that at however you want to. Okay. Let's get into the water cooler debate, and then let's talk some football. So hit it, J-Vi.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, water cooler debate segment. But first, actually, water cooler debate segment is a poll we put on Twitter. Reminds me, I forgot to check the results.
I was winning.
About who won the last one. Anyways, it's a poll we put on Twitter at Millie Goats. We come up with a ridiculous question, and then we poll the people, we poll America, and America tells us who has the best answer. So, but before we do that, and we do it on Instagram too at the Millie Goats. But first, the dad joke. Do you know why the Scarecrow was so good at his job? Because he was outstanding in his field. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh geez. Okay.
Mm.
All right. So from episode 62, we had what is the GOAT pointless thing or object? And I'm pulling up the results right now.
I won.
Do what?
I won.
Yeah, you did. You did. 48% of the vote. J-Vi said the GOAT most pointless objective thing is the Buffalo Bills turnover margin. I think you said fumbles, but I was like, it can't be fumbles.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Hey, I was in second yet again with airplane seatbelts. Those things are pointless. And then J-Vi dunked on me right after I gave my answer. And Dylon put horoscopes had a pretty good showing there. So
his story about horoscopes cracked me up last week.
Yeah, that was funny. If you're listening right now, think about it for a second. If you're watching, what's the GOAT most pointless thing that's ever been invented? Right? Just think about it. And then the other poll I ran, this was a college football one. I said, who's the most true orange in college football right now? And the answers were Texas, Syracuse, Clemson. Who was the other one?
Tennessee.
God. Hey, you almost had to drink that today, dude. So we had those 4. And Texas won with like 80% of the vote. I'm talking we got hundreds of votes on that one. So
That's because
that
they have a
was
big alumni base.
I was like, are we gonna have to? Yes, David, that's what I'm talking about. How'd it go, man? Did you get a little cheddar there, my friend? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. You have to remind me who you went with was your quarterback and some of your. I think you had a pretty good one from what I remember. But anyways, shout out to you, dude. Yeah. So Texas ran away with that thing. I feel like we need to do an orange bracket.
Yeah.
Like have
Texas
a
can
tournament.
be a
like
1 seed.
we could put Texas as a 1 seed. We'll do that. Maybe
Seems
we'll
like they've
draw
already
someone.
won.
Hey,
There's a lot
they had
more
a
orange
struggle
out
with
there.
there's a lot of orange. Oregon State, Oklahoma State. Nope.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State has 0
South
orange.
Alabama.
Nope. Hey,
South Alabama.
who's the best team in Alabama right now?
Probably in the South.
This is not the Crimson right now. I'm just saying. We got a little college football segment at the end. All right, this episode's water cooler debate segment. What is the GOAT buffet item? Now, it doesn't have to be the Golden Corral. It can be a nice brunch buffet. It can be
Yes, it does.
It can be whatever you want it to be. So, Javi, you're in the driver's seat. So, you, my friend, hey, are you a buffet guy first?
No, not at all. I'm not a buffet guy because I don't eat as much as I'm paying for the buffet. Like, I guess now, like if you go to a restaurant, it's like $15, $16 for a meal, but it didn't used to be. But that's how much the buffets like always cost. So I'm like, I'm not going to eat $16 worth of food. So I didn't like the buffet. But originally when I thought when you put this question out there, I was like, is like what buffet restaurant? We talking like pizza buffet? We talking about Golden Corral? I didn't know, but I think
It's up to you.
Gonna go with the actual items on the buffet, different buffet lines. It's ice cream.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Now you can go to all these different places and choose your own ice cream, choose your own toppings, all this and that. But any buffet place that had an ice cream bar, that used to be the only place that you could do that. So that was my favorite part.
Now they make you weigh it.
Yeah.
So you pay by the pound, hurt by the pound. Who was that song? Young Jeezy or Young Jock? Give him hurt by the pound. Hey, don't play that song. We'll get canceled.
Hey,
we did a couple weeks ago.
If you're feeling kind of heavy, drop a couple pounds. Drop a couple pounds.
If you're feeling it and you don't know what to do. Hey, let's go, David. Hey, triple your return, my friend. Hey, Baker, you saw the tweet. We talked about it. That's a nice lineup right there. Gibbs was a little different. Just Ayuk got hurt, but yeah, there's like 3 guys there that let you down. But that's a pretty solid one there, buddy. That's a nice line. Baker was a nice play. I forgot what his ownership was. Anybody remember?
There we go.
It was like 5 or something.
Yeah. So
let's get back to the water cooler.
All right. Yes. Mine, shrimp, dude. Put me at a buffet. You could call a Low Country Boil a buffet. Whatever. You put peel and eat shrimp out there, I will eat for 2 hours. No question. Give me all the peel and eat shrimp I can get for sure.
That's like eating peanuts at a bar. Like that's just disgusting.
Dude, look.
How many hands have been in that shrimp?
Nobody goes to the buffet and uses their hands.
I bet they do.
So yeah.
How do you eat peel and eat shrimp?
What do you mean? I don't serve myself. I cut it with a knife like everybody else, you psycho. What are you talking about? You don't eat your shrimp with a fork and knife? You know what I do is I take it all home and I hibachi that stuff. Cut the little slit in the side. All right, Butch, what's yours?
was really thinking about like CC's Pizza
Mm.
and having a big pizza bar.
Dude, you can't go wrong with a pizza buffet.
No. I mean, a little
Dude.
pizzazz on the side. Have a
Dude, those
pizza and a side of pizza, and then the dessert pizza. Oh gosh, yes.
it's basically just everything. Like you couldn't beat the cookie pizza from what was it, Pizza Inn?
Yes, Pizza Inn,
Dude.
the chocolate chip cookie pizza. I used to go get that first.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, buddy. Used to eat that all the time.
I didn't know y'all had those where y'all grew up. I thought that was just like a
Nah, dude, Pizza Inn was where it
Toronto
was
thing.
at. All right, so we had goat buffet item was ice cream, shrimp, and pizza. So we gave you pretty much the entire spectrum. If you have a better goat buffet or a better buffet item than that's the goat. You let us know. All right, boys. It's time for some football. Hey, what's Coach Prime say? Hit my theme
We got
music.
that dog. Oh.
wow.
Hit our theme music.
We here.
Football, here.
You're so cool.
And on our show, you're gonna rule. Football.
Understand. We're gonna love you till the very end.
We love you. Wow.
Football.
It's repeating. I
Oh.
thought I'd cut that a lot shorter than
If that sounds familiar, folks, yes, those are our voices. We wrote a football song in the key of Peaches from the great Mario Brothers. Oh my gosh. All we can see is the glare on your screen. Butch has got his aviators on, blocking out the haters of Cowboy Nation. Nobody hates the Cowboys. We're 2-0. We're gonna win it all. Da-da-da-da-da. Don't say anything, Butch. I got to talk about some stuff. Okay. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go over what's called our football tail lines. And this is because everybody always does headlines, and everybody knows that tails never fails. Okay. We put up our college football playoff picture. I think it still stands. Colorado, USC, Notre Dame, Syracuse, Texas, and Duke. That's your top 6. If you're looking for that, go check our Twitter and our Instagram. All right. Before that, for the tail lines, boys, App State, we did it.
they played well.
Put it on them.
A little
It should have been-
frustrating at times. They
Yeah.
had 2 defensive touchdowns, didn't they?
Yeah, it was the 2 bad mistakes from that thing being an absolute rout. Oh, yes, David, Michigan guy. Hey, the Rock was packed too. 40,000 strong. That's a record. All right, here we go. Tail lines. I
He shows
am
up
going to
every
lead this.
game for us.
Yep, every game. Doesn't matter. I'm going to lead it off with my tail line. Aaron Rodgers has porpoise. Did y'all see this?
No.
He said, now he had his Achilles surgery. The big thing is he's trying to make a push to come to the playoffs, get back for that. Are they even going to be in playoff contention the way they're playing? Probably not. But he has said that his intention is to try to come back by the end of the year from this Achilles. And one of the methods he's going to be using is listening to the lovemaking sounds of dolphins to assist with his. This is a direct quote now. Well, not the exact quote, but this is what was said. And so, of course, in Millie Goat fashion, like we always do, we get in the comments and we start making puns. So we said, Aaron Rodgers always finds the porpoise in life. And people seem to like that joke.
Now that's the dad joke.
Dude.
Yes.
I mean, we're deer antler juice or whatever it was, horse tranquilizers, and now the sound of dolphins making love is going to heal his Achilles so that he can come back to the playoffs. but that might be foreshadowing because the Dolphins, right? Now, did he mean like regular Dolphins or like Tua making? All right,
Tyreek
that's
Hill
my
going
tail.
streaking down by
That's
you.
That's my tail line. J-Vi.
So my tail on, I'm not going to go into a whole long story about mine like you just did, but I just did the Raiders got that ass kicked. Bills whooped them today, so
Hey, put it on them. We got that. All right, did Tex write that in there? Vikings off to a hot start. Somebody wrote that in there. I think Tex just signed in just to do that. So yeah, but Dylon, the other guy on our show, is a devout Vikings fan. So he's in midseason form already. All right, Butch P, give us your tail line from a football weekend.
Dude, how about them refs
Mm.
calling that?
Oh
field
yes, at Iowa State.
goal? No field goal. Iowa
Oh,
State
yeah.
versus Ohio, and it was clearly good.
Yes,
Hey,
clearly.
it's the
What's not
worst.
good is that you have to depend on a field goal to beat Ohio if you're Iowa State.
Yeah.
Ever since Brock Purdy left, they have been in an absolute downward spiral. So, okay. There's the tail lines. If you have tail lines, anything you saw from the week, don't be afraid to share it with us right here on the stream. We'll put it up there because then we can talk about it and make a joke. But now it's time for Homer Alley. Now, the Bills had the widest margin of victory, so we're going to give J-Vi the floor here. This is where we're going to talk about our teams just to get it out of the way so we don't hold anything in during our football recap. So, J-Vi, go ahead, my friend.
After week one, and the ups and downs of that game, I decided going into this week, like, just going to watch them. Just going to let happen. Whatever happens, I'm not going to get too up, too down because Josh Allen's going to do what he did today, and he's going to come out there and he's going to throw 3 touchdowns and, almost go perfect in passing. But I'm not going to try not to be too negative, but he missed a couple guys. He missed Diggs wide open in the end zone. He tried to throw it into double covers to Knox. He tried to hurdle a guy from the 4-yard line. Like, he threw a pass. Now, he threw a touchdown on this pass, but he did a jump stop backwards and flicked his wrist. Like, what are you doing? I just, so I'm just going to let things be how they be. We won. I'm going to be excited. So
I will say that throw he had, was it to Gabe Davis?
It's hard to watch.
That
because
throw he had.
You're sitting on your seat like, what is he about to do? Or if Spencer Brown played great today, but like if somebody got by Spencer Brown, it's like, oh no, like what's Josh about to do?
Dude, what about Milano's pick? Just basically moss the dude.
Dude, Milano's better than Fred Warner.
Oh, I was trying to give you the floor to talk.
It's my floor, and I'm stating that Milano's a top 5 linebacker in the league.
You're going to make me have to dispute that in my floor. You just put your floor on top of my floor.
I don't know why you're talking to my floor.
I'm sorry.
My floor's
That's garbage.
My floor's
That's
done.
garbage. That's garbage. Hey, but I will say, Gabe Davis went off. You never know when that's going to happen.
Well, he doesn't have to run an actual route. Yeah, he's good. He had a couple good catches today, though.
Hey, James Cook looks good, except for
I don't know why.
By the way, can I let me have some of your floor? Let me come on over there. I'm taking the. I'm going to step over there onto your floor. How dare the Buffalo Bills forget me all hot and bothered for James Cook in between the 20s only? That is, I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, he's going to have to break an 80-yard run, or he's not going to get a touchdown.
And I don't think he's as fast as his brother.
That's
At least
nonsense.
not football speed wise. I mean, he's fast, but it's like, I'm with you. Like,
Why?
I wasn't
Why do you
mad
need
because we scored and I didn't play those other guys, so I'm assuming they probably weren't highly played. But like, yeah, we got over 100 rushing yards and you hadn't touched the ball inside the 10 all game because they put somebody else in. It's like Varsity Blues. They run Wendell all the way down, and then they bootleg Mox out to Tweeter or something. Like Wendell never gets a touchdown.
Dude, it's freaking unbelievable. All right, Butch P. The Cowboys, this is your time. Tex isn't here to help you. So what do you want to say about the Cowboys win today over the Jets?
Dude, it's a pretty dominant fashion. That defense came out hot. Offense looked great. We were running the football. McCarthy gets away from that. It's a little frustrating there in the first half. Man, we got to run the ball more than he gets started right, and then he can't help himself. He wants to throw the ball 40 times with Dak, and obviously Dak was about to throw a couple picks. Easy today, but the Jets are terrible, and anybody that the Jets beat are probably not up to par either. So, I mean, there's just work to do.
Moving forward, right?
Hey, this is his floor. You stay off his floor.
Oh yeah,
he has permission to come on the floor.
Coming from you. Can't wait till it's your floor.
Oh my gosh, dude. Where are you at on the? Hey, well, we got a question here.
But anyway, yeah.
Got a question?
I mean, those are.
Save it for when we get to Monday night.
Okay.
All right.
Oh no, you go ahead, Butch. Let's talk.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, but I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, take it a game at a time. I mean, we're 2-0. I think that's the best start we've had since 2019. So,
like, is it really?
Let's pump the brakes. We're not winning the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure I saw that. But anyway, it's something like that. Regardless of fact, it's 2 wins. We're heading in the right direction. There's 15 more games left of the 17 game. So, we got a lot of competition ahead of us. A tough schedule.
Hey, 3-2-0 teams in the NFC East, right?
I know. I can't believe the Commanders came back and won today.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's right. They did come back and win that. I was thinking.
So the Cowboys aren't even the best team in their division.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we are.
Stay on your floor, dude.
We're tied. We're tied for the first.
All right. The 49ers, baby. The 49ers for the second week in a row on the road. Brock Purdy. I mean, this thing was a freaking ping pong match for the whole first half. Christian McCaffrey looks like an absolute freak show. Brandon Ayuk got hurt. It looked like a neck injury. But Brock Purdy was dialed in early. Matt Stafford was doing his little arm angles and little crossing routes to Puka Nacua about 40 times. Niners running zone defense up in there, just getting picked apart like a Thanksgiving turkey the next day. But they sure it up at halftime. Before the half, Niners went 65 yards, no timeouts, less than 1 minute, 30 seconds on the clock. Brock Purdy put the team on his back. Ayuk's hurt. Debo's banged up. He rode him right down the field, tied it up before the half, and that's all she wrote. Boom. Defense came alive in the second half. I think 2 turnovers. Picked off Stafford twice. That was awesome. And they are sitting at 2-0, number 1 in the power rankings. Like, we are back. Purdy looks great. The defense looks good. Unless they have to play the Chiefs and you run zone defense, and they'll carve them up. So, but hey, Super Bowl. I'm.
You sound like a Texas fan.
Do what?
You sound like a Texas fan. Like you win like 1 or 2 games in the early season. You get all high and mighty. We're back.
We are. Look, we've actually been in the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl the last few years. Like, I can actually say that. Cowboys haven't won a playoff game.
But did you win?
No.
Okay.
The guy that's driving the ship guy that's driving the ship. Hey, that's my quarterback. T.O. boys.
Hey,
All right.
Which is in a huge spat with Stephen A. T.O.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Stephen A's trying to air some dirty laundry because he keeps getting called Skip live on the air. So he's coming after everybody. He's T.O. and T.O. That's my co-host.
He's trying to
talk
get
about-
something going for that show because they have the same
It's the same.
ideas, agendas. Like they're not. Oh. Anyway,
All right. Let's wind back the clocks a little bit here before we get into our lineups in the DFS Sunday, as we still got a game going on. I think it's still 17-3, correct? All right, from Thursday night, Philly and Minnesota, 49 over under. Philly was favored by 7. They won by 6. Oh, by the way, shout out Sean McVay during the Niners game for kicking a field goal as time expired to get the lead to 7, as the Niners were favored by 7.5.
oh,
Like it was
Love it.
over. So Philadelphia wins 34-28 over Minnesota, and this game at the beginning looked terrible. But hey, man, we were all over this thing whenever we did this show Wednesday night. I gave you Devontae Smith, 26 points, 26.1. Javi gave you Hawkinson, 25.6. Dylon gave you Swift, 45.15 in the captain slot. So not advice, but I mean, how do you do any better than that?
dude, I only had one non-fire flame person on my lineup, and it was the Eagles' defense, and they got me 9 points, which for a defense is, pretty good.
I got to look back and see what the I was terrible on Thursday night. I was absolutely horrific.
I was good. I had Swift in the captain spot. I played JJ, who, he's a yard away from having 34 points. He had 28 points,
Oh.
but if he would have scored that touchdown,
That fumble.
had Hurts, who I think Hurts really just benefited off of those 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's 12 points. He had 26 overall. So D Swift should have got those points too. But they did the same thing to Miles Sanders last year. Then I had Devontae Smith, Hawkinson, which we talked about. But yeah, I had a pretty good lineup. 160.97.
Did you cash that?
I did.
Nice.
I just did it in a multiplier. I didn't even get first. I was 2 points away from first.
I mean, the winning lineup there in the contest I was in was Swift, the captain, Jefferson, Smith, Cousins, Hawkinson, and Addison. So they didn't even play Jalen Hurts. The Eagles look a little off, man.
Well,
Shane
new
Steichen
coordinator.
leaving. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but everybody was yelling about the touchback rule. It's like, that's the rule, dude. What are you yelling about? I mean, you can ask if you want to change it or not.
Yeah.
Right now, it's the rule. So, whatever. Butch, anything from that?
No.
Did you cash that night?
He was on vacay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were out. You were
I don't believe
overseas.
so. Yeah.
You were overseas, though. But hey,
Yeah,
the
I
Vikings.
was overseas.
Whew,
Over
the
border.
Vikings. What did Kirk Cousins throw for, like 400 yards and 4 tutties?
Yeah, he had like 30 points.
Jeez. Wow.
Because
So he did all that.
the person I lost to played Kirk Cousins.
I think the biggest loser from this whole thing was Madison. Like,
The
people
Vikings.
are mad at Madison. You got some people are nuts, dude. Why would you ever send
Yeah,
a
he
DM
had
to a
a
player?
fumble or something.
Yeah, he had some nasty DMs from people. It's like, what? Whatever. Anyways, so Eagles are 2-0, Vikings are 0-2.
I'm
The
sure people
primetime
get that all the
Mandime
time.
hot. Yeah. Primetime Mandime hot guys paid off. So tune in next week to watch us probably absolutely poop the bed.
Who's Thursday night next week?
Niners and Giants. Niners and Giants in San Francisco.
Goodness gracious.
And the
Oh,
Giants may not
God.
have Saquon because I think he hurt his ankle.
They actually
late
came back
Thursday.
and won today, but they looked
All right.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All right,
it's
let's
with
get into some
Cardinals
of the
who
stuff
are openly tanking.
and they've been competitive their first 2 games.
Right.
All right, so from today, from the main slate, the mainscaping Sunday slate, the slate of emergency, there was one game that was 50 and over. These are the games we put out the tweet. These are the games we gave you that we were like, okay, yeah, the 50 plus game was KC and Jacksonville. Nope. No, it wasn't.
Excuse me.
So I'm sure a lot of people played that game, but here's where we went. I
Dylon
gave
played
you,
that game
yeah, Dylon
after we
didn't
talked
have-
about it.
Yep. I said, hey, maybe play this game. Look a little different here. Houston and Indianapolis. Over under was 40. I can't remember what the final score, but Indy was favored by 1.5 points. But the over under was 40, and I think it ended up being like they scored 51 points. I think that's what it was. Yeah, the total was 51. Nico, and I said, hey, I like Nico Collins this game. Guess what? 30.6. Anthony Richardson was off to an absolutely historic start before he got hurt, knocked out second game in a row with a concussion. So Colts, Zach Moss had a good game too, but the Colts, there were points here, boys. 31-20, Colts win. CJ Stroud threw for 384 and 2. Zach Moss, 18 for 88 and 1. Nico Collins, 7 for 146 and 1. Don't want to say I told you so, but that game was a barn burner. If Richardson hadn't gotten hurt, we would have had some lineups way up there. J-Vi gave us Detroit and Seattle. That game was spectacular. The over-under was 47, and Detroit was favored by 6. He gave you Montgomery. Seattle won that game on the road
37.
in overtime, 37-31. 68 points. Gino, 328-2. Montgomery, your guy, 16, 67-1. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And guess who else? We'll get to that in a minute.
Reynolds.
Reynolds, dude. Hey, what do you have to say about that? Hey, here's your floor. Get your floor out.
Are you gonna jump on my floor again, or you just want me
Nope,
to?
this is all you. Just don't say Fred Warner sucks.
Montgomery would have had more points if he didn't get hurt. He got hurt.
Yep, he did.
But yeah, I mean, like you knew Ra was gonna get his, and he got catches. He just didn't get any tuds. But Reynolds has just been that guy. And I've been on him for 2 weeks now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Even on Thursday night game, we talked
Yeah.
about him again. The cat's out of the bag now. But you got anything on either of those games?
No, but I will go into my game, the Ravens and the Bengals. And you had some points here too.
Late.
With 51, they meet the over. Huh?
Yes.
And then let's go with Gus Edwards out the back. I mean, he was very cheap running back, but then he had to split carries with Justice Hill. Ends up getting 12 points there, 12.2. Aguilar coming out with 5 catches and 63 and a tud. With Mark Andrews, 5 catches, 45 and a tud. Zay Flowers, for all you guys that played him, just 10 points. But on the other side, if you play T. Higgins and you notice that he got targeted 8 times last week and he had no catches and 0 points, you would have to think T. Higgins is not going to go over again. And T. Higgins went 8 for 89 and 2 tuds. And that's what, 16, 22, 28, almost 29. Yes, there you go. So he was the star in that game. And Cincinnati is 0-2 with the Vikings. And that is a big surprise for all those fans that are hopeful. And it's going to be a uphill battle from here.
Yeah. I mean,
I
Joe Burrow, for all accounts, did not. There was a moment where he had thrown for like 60 yards. I'm like, what is going? And where's Jamar Chase? What are they doing,
what haircut does Burrow come out with on Tuesday when they come back?
dude? He needs to do just like old man cut, like get rid of the bangs, do bangs on the side,
buzz.
like, dude, mohawk something, dude. You like all that money.
Dude, I've been on T. Higgins though since he came out of Clemson. Like I've drafted him every year in my fantasy lineup because he's consistent. Like Chase is going to put up 200-yard games and 3 touchdowns occasionally, but like T's always good for 5 catches, 50 yards, possible tud.
Yep, I agree. I mean, T. Higgins is good. He's
solid
not going to be in
10 to
Cincinnati
15
next year.
every week.
Yeah.
They have too many weapons. I don't know what their deal is. I don't know if they're just out of sorts or whatever. But they did this last year too, so they're
Yeah, they start out terrible every year.
they do. I mean, they do. They're but that division's. I mean,
0-2
we'll see.
in the division is what's hard. Like if they're 0-2 and it played
yeah,
just
that's
a
right.
AFC team and an NFC team, but they're 0-2 in the division.
They only got
those
4
are going
more
to
division
matter
games
late in
left.
the season. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
going to matter late in the season.
Dude, for real, I didn't even think about that. But
Yeah.
that's so those. Look,
Well, because
the reason we bring
now you're at a must win the next time you play these guys.
Mm-hmm.
and I
You're
think
at a
they had
must
them at
win.
home, didn't
I
they?
mean, you have to win those guys. You have to split. Yeah, they had
Yeah.
the Ravens at home, and last week was at home too, right? Yeah.
I
Or
can't
no,
remember.
that was at
they
the
were in
Browns.
Cleveland because they played the Elves.
Because the giant elf was on the field, and Jamar was doing his little dances or whatever. But yeah, so I mean, the reason these are our primetime man dime hot games. The reason we bring these up, like we're like making. I mean, yes, we're idiots, but like the KC Jacksonville, when you see that over, like everybody's all over that thing. We're like, where can you find some other stuff? So Nico Collins has been phenomenal. So yeah, again, Houston, Indianapolis, Detroit, Seattle, Cincinnati, Baltimore. Hey, just a little outside the box. We're not throwing haymakers here. And then how about some of the guys we liked from the slate of emergency week 2? Quarterbacks, boys. I am streaking right now. I'm fire flames. Because last week who did I get with? It was Jordan Love and who was the other one? I can't remember. Tua. It was Tua and Jordan Love. And this week, I said, hey, why don't you revenge game against himself, Josh Allen, is somebody you don't want to play. So play him, 23.6 points. And then Baker, because Jordan Love torched Chicago. Guess what Baker did? He torched Chicago. So Baker lit it up. So we said, hey, maybe sprinkle a little Josh Allen and Baker in your lineup like David did. Boom. You got yourself 21 points and a Mike Evans that went absolutely nuclear if you stacked him. So there's your little QB action there. So
That worked out good for me too because I played Godwin last week and he did nothing. I was like, man, I'm not going to come back to him. I'm going to play Evans because Evans went off last week. I was like, I just think that he has a better connection with Evans.
Evans trying to get paid too. The Bucs are 2-0 now. Bucs are 2-0. So the Falcons, NFC South, stand up.
Yeah. I was about
game tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll get to that game in a minute. Javi, take a freaking victory lap, dude. Look at this lineup of wide receivers Javi christened or gave to the people.
Hey, and you think you're on fire? I had all 3 in fire flames. I told you Nuku just because I think he's Cooper Kupp too.
Yep.
But I was a little worried about him when I saw that he was questionable.
His ribs.
But man, they get him the ball and he gets open. And then, we talked about it earlier, Nico Collins, been on him for a little while too. And I think he's just getting better.
Tank Dell's coming up too.
Yeah. He had 30.6, but our boy,
Yes.
I'm a Lions guy in fantasy. Like I am full Lions fan in fantasy. Last year played him the most. This year starting out playing him the most. We've seen Josh Reynolds kind of come up, and we've been on him. We were on him at the end of last year too.
Yep.
He had 2 tuds, 23.6, and all these guys were under 5,000.
Yes.
You got Josh Reynolds for 3,700.
I mean, you get 23.6 out of 3,700.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
all
could do some things.
day. All day. So, okay. I threw out the Jets defense. Whoops.
Yeah, whiff. They weren't the lowest either, though. That's
Whoa.
the thing.
Was it the Raiders?
Yeah, there were 3 teams that had negative points.
Hey, I was trying to be different. What I did also play a lot of was the Falcons. So the 3 that I play were like the Falcons, the Jets, and then the Cowboys.
Ooh.
I threw the Cowboys in there. I had to throw the Cowboys in there. But the number 1 defense was the Buccaneers because they had that late pick.
Yep.
Then it was Cowboys.
Yeah,
So,
Buccaneers, Cowboys. I played the
but
Bucks.
anyway, yeah. So that was a terrible. But hey, man, we're just trying. Hey, be different. 2 chains. Butch P, we anointed you the tight ends, and in your honor, we gave out Kincaid and Musgrave.
They weren't ice cubes. They were both
That-
middle for what they were projected.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, very mediocre. I don't know who was the big tight end today.
There
Mark
was like,
Andrews.
but
Mark
there
Andrews
was
was the
no
number 1.
fire flame tight ends.
Mm-mm. I did play a lot of
Oh,
Mark
wow.
Andrews though.
Yeah,
He was
no.
15.5 points. Mark Andrews. Then it was Waller. Then Kelsey. Then Ingram. Then Ertz.
But it's kind of like misleading because Kelsey had a freeze take, even though he had like 12 points. But that's not what Kelsey normally does. I get why he got a freezer.
Jeez,
But
we'll get to that game in a minute. But so yeah. But yeah, Kincaid. I mean, Kincaid. That's not bad. 9.3.
they're not getting them the ball as much as I thought they would have.
Not yet, anyways.
Yeah.
They will eventually. Hey,
Well,
Dylon.
I bet Green Bay wish they got Musgrave the ball more today than they did. Them
Yeah.
slipping at the end there. So,
Yeah,
you know.
that was a tough
Mm.
loss. But Dylon, his running backs were Saquon. Ever heard of him? 27.2 points. And Algier. Wrong guy in Atlanta. Wrong guy. That other guy's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yes.
He
He
is
is
good.
witchy.
Holy smokes, he can see a hole.
Golly,
And
dude.
go across against the grain when people are over pursuing. He makes you look silly. Wow, I was watching that game today, and I was like, that's the first time I really paid attention to this guy because he was at Texas last year, so I didn't watch too many of those games, and
Yeah, they weren't back.
they
But
weren't back.
In
But
the open field, dude, he's a glitch, dude. You ever seen that movie Wreck-It Ralph with Vanellope Von Sweet, and she glitches and gets ahead? Like that's how he moves. Like people are like it's slow motion. People are just falling through the frame, and it's unbelievable. He's a stud. So those were,
Yeah.
I mean, other than Algier, I mean, and the Jets defense, that's pretty good out of the picks we gave. So, and let's just run through a couple of the scores here, the other games. I mean, we already talked about Niners, but the Packers and the Falcons. I mean, the big takeaway was, good Lord, that game was tough to watch initially. I don't know if it was bad. I mean, it picked up. Desmond Ridder actually started throwing the ball to Drake London.
I thought most of
So-
the games were slow. Just watch them on the ticker.
Yeah.
I mean, even the way the Bills
I had 'em all-
started,
Yeah,
I walked in and looked at my wife. I was like, this might be a long year. And then all of a sudden they scored like 28 points. I'm like, she goes, I thought you said they were doing bad.
Hey, Raiders and Bills, Bengals and Ravens, 27-24. No, nobody. I mean, T. Higgins again. We talked about that. The Lions and the Seahawks. That game was fun to watch, dude. I mean, that was just a fun game to watch.
it was last year
I
too.
don't- Yeah, I don't know what to make of either one of those. Montgomery's being out is going to hurt, but Geno looked good, man. Geno was flinging that thing. Lockett had a huge game.
Yeah.
Played a lot of Lockett. But yeah, both of those teams are 1-1. So Chargers and Titans. What is going on with the Chargers? I mean, they lost in overtime 27-24, and I was watching the Titans. I'm like, they look awful. They both look awful.
The Chargers play to their opponent. They always have.
I
Like,
had
if
that
Yeah.
thought.
it's a good opponent, they play great. If it's somebody that's not great, they don't play. Like, it's been like that for a couple years now.
Bro,
Yeah,
Tannehill
it's
made
something
some-
about, I guess, LA and not playing like Otonia. Otoni. He's out. He's
Dude.
done packed. He's done packed his locker and he's done for the Angels.
Dude, Keenan Allen had a
And
monstrous game.
The Chargers, they don't have a defense, so they're not. I mean,
But they have the most expensive defense in the league.
do
They
they?
paid for a defense.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not living up to what they're supposed to be doing out there. Because there's other examples of good defenses out there, and if they would just stop somebody a little bit, they would win more football games.
It seems
mean,
like
keep-
they're always
keep
in
somebody-
one-score games.
Keep somebody from scoring over 21 points, and I guarantee you they win and make the playoffs every year with that offense. I mean,
Yep. Wasn't he? He's a defensive head coach, Staley, right? So,
Dudes.
anyways, but sorry to Chargers fans, 0-2. Congrats, Titans fans, I guess. Tits by 10. Bears and Buccaneers. Baker, I mean, the Buccaneers were the show here. Baker, huge game. Rashad White, pretty good game. Mike Evans, huge game. And the Bears, bro.
They're
Justin
so bad.
Fields. There was did you see the screenshot of, like, this was a sack picture? It's Justin Fields standing in the pocket with a guy literally running wide open down the right seam. You're looking at the sky cam view, and
Yeah.
on the right seam there's a guy wide open, and the safety, it's a single high safety, is running to the left, and then it just says underneath, this is a sack. It's like, what is going on, man? I mean, we know what's going on. I don't think he's very good, but
Yeah.
the Bears all their fans are probably very upset right now.
Yeah, because they traded the number 1 pick away.
Oh, they did to the Panthers. You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, can we spin zone anything for the Bears fans?
They got Tremaine Edmonds, man. He's
There you
doing
go.
great to get people to stop on their defense.
You got DJ Moore. DJ Moore's there. You just got to get him a quarterback. You're getting a new stadium.
Are
Cheer
they?
up, Bears fans. I think so, right? I thought they were talking about that. You got deep dish pizza.
Yeah. Good
Right?
popcorn.
Hey, got the band Chicago.
Michael Jordan played there.
Yeah, there you go. See,
Walter Payton. The
you
sweetness.
got a good safety, Jaquan Brisker. He's pretty good. So cheer up, Bears
you
fans.
you have good win.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah.
best wind in the country. I mean, the Windy City. Come on now.
Got the double doink.
Yeah, you always have that. There's always next year. And that's us trying to cheer up Bears fans. All right, Chiefs and Jags. We're gonna have to cheer up the Jags fans too. Jeez. I didn't even realize Mahomes threw for 305 and 2. Pacheco looked like he always does. Christian Kirk, big game. We called it. I said he's good against man coverage, just like Doug Peterson said he would. So Chiefs win 17-9. I really thought they were going 0-2. But hey, anything on this? Your boy T-Law, Clemson guy, Sunshine.
He dropped a dime to Ridley at the end of the game that they called not a catch.
Oh, that was. I don't know
But
how they
from this
lost
game, I have choice words for Sky Moore. Scored a touchdown. If he would have
And had a
done
long
that
catch.
on Thursday, I would have won $1 million.
That hurts. That's DraftKings, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, let's cheer up the Jags fans.
Oh.
You have the two-tone helmets that you had that one time.
You have Josh Allen.
Yeah, you have a Josh Allen.
Yeah, yeah. He got hurt too. during the game. Hurt
You
his shoulder.
got the scene in the hot tub with the see-through glass that they
I
did
was
a
gonna say that
close-up.
probably lost them the game, is having to look up there and those people that were actually in the pool.
Let's get some mirrored glass or like tinted glass or so. We don't need to put people's bikini shots on the national broadcast there. Hey, but shout out to those people for just living it up, dude. So you got the guy who used to own AEW, I think. Anyways, all right, both those teams are 1-1. Colts and Texans. We already went over that. Hopefully Anthony Richardson's okay. Giants and Cardinals. Giants with a massive comeback at the cost of Danny Dimes went nuts there at the end. 321-2. James Conner. That was wild. So
Dude, he's consistent too.
he is. I think you played him, didn't you?
Yeah, I played him a couple times.
Okay. Butch P, did you play him too?
I played.
There you go. That's a
did
gutsy.
play
I
him.
think I said that to you when we were talking about it. I was like, that's gutsy to play Connor. So
Was it?
and then the last game, we already talked about Jets and Cowboys. Cowboys win 30-10. Commanders and Broncos. Commanders 2-0. Russell Wilson 308-3. Brian Robinson 1887-2. And then Mims Jr. with 2 for 113-1. And this was like the weirdest game because the Commanders, I think, came back from way down.
They did.
And then there was a Hail Mary to get him to be able to tie it, and then Russ missed a wide open receiver. So, anyways, Commanders are 2-0. Congratulations. We're not trying to cheer up the Broncos fans. We did that. You got that when you signed Russell Wilson. So good luck with that. Okay, that's a quick recap of the games. All right. Scumbags. These are guys who are ice. In the quarterback position, Jimmy G, Trevor Lawrence, scumbag. In the running back position, Algier Jacobs has been terrible. ETN, scumbag. Wide receivers, Mooney, MVS, Dobbs, Ridley, Dotson. Hey, dude, what are you throwing Ayuk in here for? He got
He
hurt.
was Ice Cube.
He got hurt. Hopkins and Goodwin. You're a scumbag.
Goodwin.
Tight end.
Who played Goodwin?
God, yeah. Who's that? Was the track guy? Tight ends. Pretty much the entire everybody scumbags. And then defense.
You're
Raiders.
not gonna
Giants.
read them because Kettle's in there.
Hey, put Kincaid in there then.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Shows-
he wasn't ice. These
No,
guys were
he-
ice.
Oh my
Kincaid
gosh.
was
There's
just neutral.
Unbelievable bias in these
Yeah,
rankings.
he had 3 times his value. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Holy moly.
All
Defense,
negative.
special teams, Raiders, Giants, Texans, all negative. All right, J Vibes, read off the stud bags for us.
Hey, the Stubbags. These guys had fire. Danny Dimes, golf. I almost didn't put Russ on there, but Russ was a fire flame. Gino, Dobbs and Baker were the play. Dobbs was 5,000. Baker was 5,100. Hal was like 5,500. J Love and Tannehill. All those guys were below 6,000.
Love that.
Yeah, so
Right.
you had some good value there. Running backs, B. Robinson.
Which one, Bijan or Brian,
No,
or both?
Brian.
No, Bajan.
No, he wasn't fire flame.
I love it when it's
He
just B
wasn't?
Robinson. Just leave it. You can.
He wasn't
that
fire
with-
flame. B. Robinson
wasn't?
Jr.
He had a
Saquon.
Mm.
Is it Kyler Williams? Kylen Williams, the Rams?
Kylan.
Yeah. James Cook.
Khalil.
He was a fire flame, and he didn't score. He had 21 points, didn't score. White and Z Moss. The Z Moss was in the Millie Maker lineup. So I'm sure when
Not
that game
surprised.
I'm sure when that guy
Dude,
started, that guy was like, gosh dang it, Richardson's gonna score then.
Dude, I was so mad because I played a lot of Zach Moss,
Mm-hmm.
and
Uh.
and I was like, the only thing I could get out of it was that they were already up 14-0. I was like, maybe it's just going to be a blowout, which it ended
Yeah.
up being pretty much that. And Zach Moss starts getting carries just because it's a blowout. So
Yeah.
and he ended up having a good day there. So
You know who
He
did
was-
I was
was
still
Dameon
hoping that he
Pierce.
crossed.
He was Zach Moss was one of those guys, like, I saw his name somewhere during the week, and I was like, that's like, I should play him. And then I never got around to doing it, so I didn't put him in any lineups or anything. But wide receivers, Keenan Allen, Nakua, Mike Evans,
Oh,
Nico Collins, T. Higgins, C.D. Lamb, Lockett, Kurt, all these guys we already talked about.
Yep.
Um,
Hey, say the last one.
I think the biggest surprise was Jay Reed from the Packers
Jaden Reed, dude.
and
2
Sky
tutties.
Moore. Fire
Hey,
Flames.
Scott Moore, your guy.
Tight ends, though, like I said, no Fire Flames, but Andrew was the highest at 15. Best defenses, the Bucks, the BUCC Bucks, the Boys, and the Seahawks, all Fire Flames.
Let's go. There you go. There's stud bags, scumbags.
we
All right,
am
I'm gonna go
bored.
just real quick. My top lineup. I'm just gonna read it right off here. Because I had a I had a good day today, fellas. Finished in the top 1,600 out of 490 some thousand people. Not bad. 186.54. I went with Baker, Saquon, Roshan Johnson killed me. Wide receiver was Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, and Kirk. I had 3 absolute behemoths there. I went with Jake Ferguson and Mark Andrews for the old double tights, and then I went with the Cowboys defense. I thought for sure Dak was going to hit him again in the end zone there, but Dak blew it, overthrew him because he stinks. So that was my
He
highest.
threw it to
180
Shoemaker.
Yeah, and he missed him late. So that was a
He
nice
did
little
miss him
Baker
late,
was.
yeah.
I didn't have a single. My Cowboys defense was the only player I had at 20%. Everybody else was 10% or less. That's the kind of lineup I like to see, baby. Roshan Johnson killed me. I made 2 bad running back plays, him and Pierce. All right, who's next?
I'll go. My top lineup, my Millie Maker lineup, did me very well. 167.7. Hey, Baker played him.
Yes.
I played Bijan. Good game, 24 points. Not Fire Flames, though. If he would have gotten the end zone, he would have been really cooking. Montgomery, if he didn't get hurt, but he still put up 13 points. Diggs didn't have a great day, but he still got you 13 points. Mike Evans, Jay Reynolds, Ingram, a little disappointed in him, 11 points. Zay Flowers, he's going to be a guy just to watch because he's usually pretty cheap. He's been cheap, I guess not that cheap, but 5,000. But he gets a lot of targets.
Yep.
So if he can just turn one of those and break one, but I had the Bucks D, so that was a 17-point defense. So it was a good day. Got my money up and rolling, so I can enter some.
He's back,
millies.
baby.
Yeah,
He's back.
I don't have to deposit anymore.
Butch P, you got one that was pretty high or no? Or did you stink it up?
No, I had one that was 169.28.
Nice.
I had the Gus bus that end up I despise because he had to split carries, but Zach Moss, St. Brown did everything but score a tud. Mike Williams, same for him. Kirk, I had Kelsey, and then this one that was the biggest letdown at 7,600. Nakua and the Cardinals defense, who was humming there until they let the Giants come back. So
I had the most, 186.
I could have probably, 186. That was pretty humming.
40 points off the Millie, dude.
All right.
Here is the Millie. Sport King 101. Congratulations, 224 points, 0.2. Danny Dimes, Saquon, Rashad White, Keenan Allen, Christian Kirk, Nico Collins, Darren Waller, Zach Moss, and the thick Bucks defense. That's your 224 right there. Dude, I was just 2 guys off. I screwed up in my RB2 and I screwed up in the flex.
I'm surprised that White had so much ownership at 15%.
Yeah, that's a nice lineup. I mean, that's his highest owned guy was. I can't believe people didn't play Saquon. I
Yeah.
was shocked by that. Sheesh. I mean, he was the guy I was going to pay up for. I'm going to pay all the way up for McCaffrey. So there you go. That's the Sunday. All right, quickly, we're going to go into the Monday night. There's a doubleheader. They put them at the same time, like a bunch of idiots. Like
2 East Coast teams. Let's go.
Yeah. Carolina is hosting the Saints. That over-under is 39.5. New Orleans favored by 3 on the road. And then Pittsburgh is hosting the Browns. The over-under is 38.5. Cleveland favored by 2.5. Okay, so this means everybody's going to be playing defensive kickers.
Yeah.
Which means you got to get a little weird here on a Monday night.
Panthers can't
You know what I'm
stop the
saying?
run.
Do what?
Panthers can't stop the run.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. You got your primetime man dime hot guys. We don't have to go into great detail, but
I'm choosing between 2.
okay.
Hayden Hurst
Ooh.
or Rashid.
Shit. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
I just think the Panthers are going to do something to fix their run game because they got torched by the Falcons on the run game, which I think is leave them a little bit more susceptible to a pass. So,
I like that.
because they usually have a pretty good pass defense. Panthers
Dude,
do.
I love that shit play. That's nice. I do like, so I'm gonna go next. I like a little Juwan Johnson. Speaking of that, I like Juwan Johnson there in that first game. Butch P, who do you like in that first game? Carolina, New Orleans, real quick.
Saints D.
Woo! Okay. Saints D, let's go. All right, Pittsburgh and Cleveland. J-Vi, who you got there?
Probably Cleveland's D.
Really?
Yeah.
It's in Pittsburgh. I mean, it's not the Niners rolling in there.
Dude. The Steelers' offense is 27th in the league. So,
Hey, I'll tell you right now, give me a little Elijah Moore. Because I think Cooper's nursing a little injury there. So I like Elijah Moore. We'll get all these out. Butch P.
I'm going to
Monday
go
night.
with Monday night. Let's go with Deshaun
Ooh.
Watson.
Hey, primetime Watson. Man dime, maybe. We had a question too here. Thomas. What's up, my man? You need 30 from Juwan Johnson and Miles Sanders tomorrow. I'm assuming you have to win your game. You have to win your fantasy.
league.
You need a Monday night miracle. We did not mention Miles Sanders, but we did mention Juwan Johnson.
Ooh.
Derek Carr does love the tight end. I'll tell you that right now. Juwan Johnson's a pretty good athlete, too.
Miles
I don't
Sanders
know.
going to get touches too.
What's the yeah, I don't know if they're split.
You might, yeah, you can get that. I mean, you get 15 out of both, easy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's out of the question, but
I think you do that. I think you win that right there. You need 30 and you got 2 guys to play.
Yeah, last week Miles Sanders had 18 rushes for 72 yards and 4 catches for 26 yards, and he was thrown to 6 times.
That's a lot of targets.
He'll get more. He'll get more work out of the backfield than he will on the ground.
Yeah.
So, which favors you better with that PPR style play. And then
Juwan Johnson.
I mean, he could.
He had 5 targets last week.
Yeah,
he can get in the end zone. He's a touchdown machine. It's possible.
It'll be close. It'll be close, but I think you could get it.
Let's go, baby. Come on, Thomas. Win it
All right.
Win it for us.
We'll jot that down and see if Thomas actually converts there. Thomas.
Let's go, baby. All right. Hey, let's get some music going here for this last segment for where we hang some banners and we get some other relevant sports news. How about that? We wrap this thing up. Play our theme music. Hey, let's go. This segment is brought to you by Really Neat Outfitters. Promo code GOATS. Spend $60. Get free shipping, 10% off your order at checkout at Really Neat Outfitters. Our passions are family, salty air, and smiles. Coastal flair and Carolina roots make our designs as original as every lineup that we have made thus far on the weekend. And I just got an update that Raheem Mostert went to the house because he can fly.
I
Yep.
didn't play him.
That's not good for the old lineup there.
No.
And we're done.
And we're gone.
Yeah. I didn't throw it in a money lineup. I didn't feel good about it.
Come on, man. Yeah, that dropped me way down. That's a real shame is what that is.
Did the old shift to the left.
Golly. Yep. When you I was gonna say when your balls drop. Family show.
Years.
When your balls drop to the left of your screen, that's not a good feeling. In real life or in DFS. Yeah, Raheem Mostert right now, the optimal captain at 34.8 points. He's got 96 rushing yards, 2 tutties. That hurts. That stings. Anywho, let's get out of our own self-pity there. Let's hang some banners. J-Bye, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. My banner that I'm going to hang is that Matt Milano is a better linebacker than Fred Warner, and anybody that thinks differently is a complete idiot, buffoon, and doesn't know what they're talking about.
I'm not putting all that on the banner, but I will put the first place. Oh gosh. Oh.
Matt Milano's not a cheap shot player. He plays everything straight up.
Okay.
And if Randy Moss doesn't give him a shout out on "You Got Mossed," then
the
show
Moss
needs
is a
to be
fraud.
retired.
You calling Moss out right now?
Yeah.
This will not cheer Bears fans up. I just saw this stat I had in my notes. Justin Jefferson has more receiving yards than any wide receiver from the Bears ever already.
Yes. 3 years in.
Holy moly. I hope Dylon put his Wodamaker in the Millie. He would be 13th right now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh. Okay.
3 points. 3 points off the lead.
I had a couple of banners that I wanted to I want to hang a banner for the for college football.
Should we text Dallon and tell him that, or should we wait till he listens to the show tomorrow?
Wait till he listens. No, he'll know by then. Let's text him.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead and text him. Let's get a live reaction from Dylon as soon as we can. I want to hang the banner for college football in general, because the parity that's starting to develop in college football is so encouraging for me, who's been a stan of just let them play the game and stop trying to mess everything up. A prime example of that, the Big 12. Miami of Ohio goes into Cincinnati and wins. Missouri hits a 61-yarder as time expires.
Bomb.
To beat Kansas State. Yeah. Ohio from the MAC beats Big 12 Iowa State. South Alabama routed Oklahoma State. UAB South Florida. South Florida gave Alabama everything they could handle.
UAB got smoked.
Yeah, okay. Trent Dilfer, sorry about you, Trent Dilfer. But I'm just saying, and then Colorado State was an electrifying. That game went on forever, but it was awesome. I watched every minute of it. I was up to like 2 a.m. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Then you had Sacramento State beat Sanford, whose coach from Sacramento State went to Stanford to coach. So he left Sacramento State to go to Stanford and then got beat by his former team. Like, let them play. So I'm hanging a banner for college football and the players for playing the game. Just play the game. Get all the bureaucracy out of it. Let them play the game. Hey, keep it between the lines. All right, Butch B, hang your banner.
All right. I'm going to hang the banner for Colorado for completing that win after all the shade controversy during the week. And look, dude, that shot on Travis Hunter was dirty.
Yeah, well,
Dirty.
I don't know. Did that guy get ejected? I know he got a
No.
personal foul, but I was
No.
like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, if they personal fouled him for targeting, isn't that an ejection? But anyway, I mean, I hope he's doing all right because I heard that he had to go to the hospital. But I was like, geez, Travis Hunter, special player. We don't need that. But hang the banner for Colorado for sticking that through. Double overtime. We're going to find out who you are now, though.
Yeah.
Again, because Oregon, you got Oregon this week. So you got to take care of business once again. And it doesn't stop there because USC is the following week. So you got back-to-back heaters right there. You win those, and you are on your way to the college football playoff.
You're already in the rankings. You're already number one. I specifically I wanted to hang
Nice.
do what? And look, college football, this will be our other relevant sports news because we didn't really. Next week, you got Ohio State at Notre Dame, Colorado at Oregon, Florida State at Clemson, Ole Miss at Alabama, Iowa at Penn State, Oregon State, and Washington State. So you're going to get an absolute dandy of a football schedule next weekend. So,
at Wyoming.
Yes, the Sun Belt for the third consecutive week of the 2023 season. A school from the Sun Belt Conference has beaten a Power 5 school. 2 seasons out of the conference play, the Sun Belt Conference has beaten 2 ACC teams, 2 Big 12, 1 Big 10, 1 SEC, and Notre Dame. Sun Belt's the best group of 5 in the land. It's not even close.
Overall, and that's our problem, is we don't have that one team that makes it all the way through undefeated.
Because we're beating each other up. You're saying we're
Yeah.
like the AFC North.
Yeah. Like the SEC.
Hey, get the Rob Lowe hat out for us. SBC on the front.
Dude, I need to get our buddy to send that hat to me. The Bills hat with the logo, half Bills, half NFL logo. The more I see it, the more I like it. I can't help myself.
Hey, also, the best home win percentage since 2014 in college football. Clemson's 1, Alabama's 2, Ohio State's 3, Georgia's 4, Oklahoma's 5. This graphic left out number 6 for some reason, and App State 7.
Nice.
App State's 49-9 the last since 2014. You don't come up to the Rock. Don't even think about it. All right. I think we had our games. The don't sleep on them game, South Carolina and Georgia. Told you. J-Vi, you said BYU and Arkansas. Who won that game?
Arkansas, I think.
Hey, but you didn't sleep on it, did you?
I was sleeping when it was on, yeah. I was actually asleep. But I heard it was good.
Dylon gave us Washington and Michigan State. Yeah, you could have slept on that one. Hey, game with a dog in it. With that dog in it, Virginia Tech and Rutgers. Rutgers might be making a push into the college football playoff model. J-Vi, you gave Georgia State, UNC Charlotte.
Georgia State beat him. Biff is not who Biff thought he was. What? Got him. He spit his drink out through his nose.
I'm trying not to spit my drink out. Oh, sheesh.
And BYU won that game.
Oh,
Not advice.
I gotta change the banner because it says rank Arkansas. I gotta change that. I'll do it next time. Game with that dog in it. Dylon gave us ECU at App State. Yeah, that game had that dog in it. 40,000 strong, baby. Mountaineers should be 3-0. Playoff model jump. I gave you BYU and Arkansas. Arkansas lost, so you're out. Rutgers is in. J-Bye, you get Washington and Michigan State.
Washington, they're in.
Washington. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
You're
yeah.
trying to get all 4 Pac-12 teams in.
That's right. That's Dylon gave us Syracuse and Purdue. Who won that game? We got to know that because Syracuse is in the model right now. Very
Let's see
strategic
here.
model.
Syracuse won by 15.
Woo!
Yeah.
They're putting it on people.
Let's go, baby. We could
Dude.
have an orange showdown.
Uh-oh.
But guess
Texas
what?
and Syracuse. Syracuse in the playoff.
Memphis won.
Yes.
So game 3 free if you bought the first ticket to game 1.
Shout out Memphis, man.
They
Doing
went
it
to the
right.
wire with Navy though.
Hey, service academies play tough. All right. Wodamaker standings. I don't know who won what here, but
Oh, man.
I don't know who
how
won
about
today.
I won the Millie.
Okay, so it's still 2-2-1. Butch P, J-Vi got 2. So I think J-Vi will jump into the lead.
Not Cox. Dylan won Thursday night, and he's gonna win tonight.
Okay, so they're still not. Okay, so he might jump into the lead.
Let me see.
No.
Tex and
It'll be tied.
I not on the board
It'll
yet.
be J-Vi, and then it'll be J-Vi, and then Dylon and myself will be with 2. And then we have 2 tomorrow night. So
Hey, we're right in the thick of it. We got to come up with
it'll be
something.
3-2-2-0-0. Hey,
Okay.
dude, how about that guy from Missouri hitting that 61-yarder?
It was a bomb.
Game winner.
Yeah. Absolute
That was a bomb.
bomb. That's awesome. That's the best
That's
way.
who Memphis plays this next week.
And I forgot to mention this. First of all, Maryland's uniforms, absolute fire flames. Those all blacks. They're 3-0, by the way. And then there was a video of a PAT at a high school game that went through the upright. And you know how it went through the uprights, and there's a fence behind the uprights, and then there's a street behind the fence at a high school stadium. There was a car driving by with their window down. The PAT went through the uprights right into the car window. It was electric.
Wow.
The last little bit of news I have before we close it out, Pat McAfee stealing people's stuff, man. Stole our take. Because I commented, I think, on his post or one of the posts about our inside source trying to make the tackle, and we decided that he was trying to strip the ball. And so what did Pat McAfee do? Wonder where he saw that. And he stole The Rock's return. He couldn't let The Rock even come back on SmackDown by himself. He had to try to do the people's elbow and everything. Get your own move, dude. Also come on the show. All right, recommend our show to your friends, your family, anyone that will listen to you. We would greatly appreciate that. Talk to us on Twitter and Instagram. We're on every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Time PM, and Sunday nights like we are now, 9:30 PM Eastern Time. I don't think we have anything else, but follow us on Instagram and at the Millie Goats, on Twitter at Millie Goats, YouTube, Rumble, the Millie Goats. Website and blog, milliegoats.godaddysites.com. We haven't updated our blogs in about a year. Hey, apparel at www.raeo.live. Subscribe, rate the show, leave us a review. All that stuff helps us out. We love doing this, and we love talking football. And we will see you Wednesday for more Primetime Man Down. Hot guys! Go Niners.